Mantare79 here! And welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alright then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Vanguard, Deer Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to edit deck menu. And now, in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Dragon Empires, Deepening Knight Tamayura, D-BT06, and I'm going to be using this Dragon Empires, Deepening Knight Tamayura, D-Booster 5 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. Okie dokie, let's begin. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go! Here we are in the edit deck menu, and like just mentioned before, the deck I'm building in today's deck profile video is a Dragon Empires Deepening Knight Tamayura deck, made up of cards only available up until D-Booster6. So first, let's go to the filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-Booster 1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-Booster 2, A Brush of the Legends, D-Booster 3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-Booster 4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-Booster 5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and last but not least, D-Booster 6, Blazing Dragon Reborn. Apply filter, and now let's begin with the deck's Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s in this deck, we are playing the Ride deck, Grade 3, Deepening Knight Tamayura. Skills, first skill, auto as a Vanguard. At the beginning of your Ride phase, you get all of your front row units gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. And the second skill, auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost, Counter Blast 1. If the cost is paid, perform one of the following. First effect, choose a card from your soul and call it to rear guard. Second effect, choose a card with Rirami in its card name from your soul, and a card with Rarami in its card name from your soul and call them to rear guard. Third skill, Glitter. This card is a glitter that seeks the Fire Regulus. So for Deepening Knight Tamayura, she's the main Grade 3 to ride this deck. For skills, the first skill, just by beginning your Ride phase, Tamayura will then give your entire front row, Vanguard and Rear Guard some extra power to work with. And the second skill, when attacking with your Vanguard Tamayura and paying the cost, you have the chance to either superior call 1 or 2 attackers, depending on what cards you have in the soul, thus giving you more offensive options thanks to Tamayura's second skill, which combos well with the first skill of giving your entire front row plus 5,000 power. So these two skills together give you more attacks and more power to work with. And so, for the Grade 3 Deepening Knight Tamayura, we have 4 in the deck, 1 in the Ride deck, 3 in the main deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 3 Excavation Dragon Bushiroad. Skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle this unit attacked. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Excavation Dragon Bushiroad, it's a pretty good card to play in the Dragon Empire decks, especially for Tamayura's decks. With its skill after attacking, not only do you get to build up your soul for later Soul Blast or to supply your soul with more cards to help in Tamayura's second skill, but then you can give the remaining rear guards in your field a little extra power to work with. And alrighty, the Grade 3 Excavation Dragon Bushiroad. We have 3 in the deck. Leaving it that way, and with that, we just about finished the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Now it's time to get on with the deck's Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s in this deck, we are playing Ride deck, Grade 2, Festival of Burning Tamayura. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed by riding from In the Calm Sunlight Tamayura, choose up to 1 card with Rirami or Rarami in its card name from your drop and put it into your hand. Second skill, Glitter. This card is a glitter that seeks the Fire Regulus. So for Festival of Burning Tamayura, she's the main Grade 2 to ride this deck. With her skill, just by riding Tamayura on top of In the Calm Sunlight Tamayura, you can secure yourself a Ririmi or Rarami from your drop back to your hand to serve as a potential attacker or shield or any other reason you wish to have that specific card in your hand for. And okie dokie, the Grade 2 Festival of Burning Tamayura. We have one in the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Ririmi. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, if you have a rear guard of Rarami in its card name, cost Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and your opponent puts that unit into their soul. Second skill, Glitter, Glitter Tamayura. Active if your Vanguard is a glitter with Tamayura in its card name. Auto, when this unit is retired from the Guardian Circle, you may put this card into your soul. So for Twin Direful Dolls Ririmi, it's one of the main support cards to play in your Tamayura deck. For skills, the first skill, just by calling Ririmi to the rear guard, as long as the conditions of the first skill are met and you pay the cost, you get to wipe out your opponent's field of rear guards. And the second skill, as long as the conditions of the second skill are met after using Ririmi to guard, you can move it to your soul, thus securing you either another card to Soul Blast with or a powerful card to secure for Tamayura's second skill. And confirm the Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Ririmi. We have 3 in the deck. Adding one more, playing 4. Next up, the Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Rarami. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, if you have a rear guard of Ririmi in its card name, cost Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, draw a card. And the second skill, Glitter, Glitter Tamayura. Active if your Vanguard is a glitter with Tamayura in its card name. Auto, when this unit is retired from the Guardian Circle, you may put this card into your soul. So for Twin Direful Dolls Rarami, another support card for the Tamayura deck. With its skills, the first skill, just by calling Rarami to the rear guard, and as long as you meet the conditions of the first skill and pay the cost, you get to draw more cards to increase your hand size. And the second skill, as long as the conditions of the second skill are met when you finished guarding your Rarami, instead of going to the drop zone, it goes to the soul, thus securing yourself another card to either Soul Blast with or to have it ready in your soul for Tamayura's second skill. And affirmative, the Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Rarami. We have 3 in the deck, putting one more, playing 4. Next up, the Grade 2 Motive Stealth Rogue Tsumugi. Not playing this card anymore, taking it out, but thanks for everything, Tsumugi. And next up, the Grade 2 Blitz Order Fox Art Bleeding Shine That Lights Life. Skill Order, play this card with a cost of Soul Blast 2. If you have a Vanguard of Tamayura in its card name, if the cost is paid, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets continuous as a Vanguard. All of your front row units all of your opponent's front row units gets minus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for the Grade 2 Fleeting Shine That Lights Life, a support card for the Tamayura deck. With its skills, when activated while paying the cost, you get to give your Vanguard a skill that reduces your opponent's entire front row's power, Vanguard and rear guard included, thus making it easier to survive your opponent's attacks and securing yourself for your next turn. And alright, the Grade 2 Fleeting Shine That Lights Life. We have 2 in the deck, adding one more, playing 3. Next up, the Grade 2 Stealth Dragon Hadan Reso. We're not playing this card anymore, taking it out, but thanks for everything, Hadan Reso. And if that, we just about covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup, now it's time to get on with the deck's Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s in this deck we are playing, Ride Deck, Grade 1, In the Calm Sunlight, Tamayura. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed by riding from Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Ririmi or Rarami in its card name, or a Fox Art card from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, Glitter. This card is a glitter that seeks the Fire Regulus. So for In the Calm Sunlight Tamayura, she's the main Grade 1s who ride in this deck. With her skills, the first skill, just by riding her on top of Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura, you have the chance to check the top 7 cards of your deck for either a Ririmi, Rarami, or a Fox Art to secure into your hand for your later game strategy. And okay, the great one in the calm sunlight, Tamayura. We have one in the right deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the great one, Twin Buckler Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Twin Buckler Dragon, a Perfect Guard for the Dragon Empire Nation. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with, and paying the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But Twin Buckler also possesses a ability unique to all D standard format Perfect Guards. When used to guard with, while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Twin Buckler a potential no-cost Perfect Guard in desperate last resort situations. And affirmative, the great one, Twin Buckler Dragon, we have 4 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 3. And next, the great one, Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in a deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Play this at a cost of, discard a card from your hand if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When played, by paying the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But ideally, Elementaria Sanctitude works best against opponents who play decks that specialize in having a Vanguard of triple drive, for example Grade 4s or Vanguards who increase their drive check by skill or card effect. Against such opponents, Elementaria Sanctitude can then serve as a potential no-cost Perfect Guard. And confirm, the great one, Elementaria Sanctitude, we are putting 1 into the deck. And there we go. Next up, the great one, Stealth Dragon, Togashirashi. Not playing this card anymore, taking it out, but thanks for everything, Togashirashi. Next up, the great one we are putting in its place is... How about... this one. This looks good. The great one, Twin Strike of Duststorm Orlando. Skills, first skill, action from the soul. If your opponent's rear guard is retired this turn, cost, Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, call this card to the rear guard circle. Second skill, Auto as a rear guard. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks, cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Twin Strike of Duststorm Orlando, a pretty good card to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks with its skill. The first skill, as long as you've managed to retire an opponent's rear guard during the main phase by paying the cost of Counterblast 1, you can secure Orlando to serve as a potential rear guard for attacking or boosting with. And the second skill, as long as the conditions of the second skill are met, as long as you don't mind moving Orlando into your soul, not only do you get to build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also give your Vanguard a little extra power to work with. And alrighty, the great one, Twin Strike of Duststorm Orlando. We have none, just putting, let's see, how about we put 3 into the deck? 3 is fine. Next up, the great one, Stealth Fiend Forktail. Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, you may look at the top 7 cards in your deck. If you do, choose up to 1 normal unit with Stealth in its card name or Glitter from among them, put into your soul and shuffle your deck. So for Forktail, a support card for the Tamayura deck for skill, just by calling her to the rear guard, you can check the top 7 cards of your deck to secure yourself a Stealth unit or Glitter unit to put into your Vanguard soul, to give you either cost for soul blasting or to secure a powerful attacker or booster for Tamayura's second skill to call. And okie dokie, the Stealth Fiend Forktail, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, for the rest of the Great One lineup, how about we put in next? Let's see, how about this one, the Great One, Normal Order, Broken Toys. Skill Order. Play this if you have a Vanguard Tamayura in its card name. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card of Ririmi in its card name and up to 1 card of Rarami in its card name from among them. Among your drop, put them into your soul and shuffle your deck. If your soul has 1 or more card of Ririmi in its card name and 1 or more card of Rarami in its card name, draw a card. You may choose 1 card each among the cards you looked at and your drop. So for Broken Toys, is a support card for the Tamayura deck with skill. Just by playing this card, you have the chance to check the top 7 cards of your deck for a Ririmi or a Rarami and then from among them in the top 7 cards of your deck or your drop zone, put them to your soul. And if you meet the conditions of the second ability in this skill, you can also draw a card. So this order is a good way to not only secure your soul of Ririmis and Raramis to play with Tamayura's skills, but to also give yourself more cards by drawing more. And affirmative, the great one, Broken Toys. We are putting, let's see, 2 should be fine, 2 into the deck. And with that, we just about covered the deck's Grade 1 lineup. Next up, the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0s of this deck, we are playing the right deck, Grade 0, Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura. Skill Auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura, she's the starting unit of this deck. Like any other starting unit in the D standard format, she features the same skill and activation. When written on the top of, if you're the second to go in the game, draw 1 card. So for the Grade 0, Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura, we have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. And we've just about finished the deck's Grade 0 lineup. Now it's time to go to the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we are playing the Grade 0, Dragon, D-BT King of Resurgence, Drag Vita, Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Choose one of your Vanguards and stand it. So for Drag Vita, she's the Overtrigger for the Dragon Empire Nation. Like any other Overtrigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw 1 card. But he also features an ability that's unique to him alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can restand your Vanguard for another attack to help you either pressure your opponent with another attack, or to increase your chances of getting triggers, or to simply restock your hand of the additional drive checks. And confirm the Grade 0 Dragon, D-BT King of Resurgence, Drag Vita, Overtrigger. We have 1 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 Burning Flail Dragon, Critical Trigger. Skill Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Burning Flail Dragon, a powerful critical trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks with skill after boosting attack, regardless if the attack hits or not. As long as you don't mind moving Burning Flail from your rear guard into your soul, not only do you get to build up your soul for later soul blasting, but you can also give your remaining attackers in the field, Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. And okay, the Grade 0 Burning Flail Dragon Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 Blaze Maiden Zon Critical Trigger. We have 4 in the deck. Taking 1 out, only playing 3, but thanks for sticking around, Zon. Next up, the Grade 0 Blaze Maiden Parama Front Trigger. Skill continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Parama, a powerful front trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks with her skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of her skill are met, your Parama then can serve as a potential 20,000 point shield on her own. And affirmative, the Grade 0 Blaze Maiden Parama front trigger. We have 3 in the deck. Putting 1 more inside, playing 4. 4 is good. And then next up, the Grade 0 Stealth Fiend Amavira Heal Trigger. Grade 0 Skill Auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Stealth Fiend Amavira, a powerful heal trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks. If her skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of her skill are met, your Amavira then can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on her own. Ideally, Tamayura is a counter heel best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding, attacking multiple times with their Vanguard or Rearguard. And okie dokie, the Grade 0 Stealth Fiend Tamayura heel trigger, we have 2 in the deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the Grade 0 Blaze Maiden Rana heel trigger. We have 2 in the deck, not playing her anymore, but thanks for everything, Rana. In your place, we are replacing you with the Grade 0. There we go. The Grade 0 Pure Flare Draco Kid heel trigger, skill auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. So for Pure Flare Draco Kid, another powerful heel trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks. With its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Pure Flare Draco Kid then can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on his own. Ideally, Pure Flare is a counter heel best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in increasing their attacking unit's critical, Vanguard or Rearguard by skill or card effect. And alright, the Grade 0 Pure Flare Draco Kid heel trigger, we have none, so putting 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And of that, we just about covered finished building deck and explaining the card effects. So let's just save the deck, override deck being built, clicking yes. And for the cards in this deck, we are playing 4 Grade 3 Deepening Knight Tamayura, 3 Grade 3 Excavation Dragon Burial Digneal, 4 Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Rurimi, 4 Grade 2 Twin Direful Dolls Rarami, 1 Grade 2 Festival of Burning Tamayura, 3 Grade 2 Fleeting Shine that Lights Life, 3 Grade 1 Twin Buckler Dragon, 1 Grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude, 3 Grade 1 Twin Strike of Duststorm Orlando, 4 Grade 1 Stealth Fiend Forktail, 1 Grade 1 In the Calm Sunlight Tamayura, 2 Grade 1 Broken Toys, and 1 Grade 0 Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit Tamayura starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck, we are playing 1 Over Trigger, 7 Critical Triggers, 4 Front Triggers, and 4 heel triggers. Alright, deck has been built, card effects explained. Now it's time to test out a deck, but before that, let's just change the deck sleeves. Changing sleeves. Replacing the right deck sleeve, which was the Team Berserk sleeve, with the... Replacing it with the Team Rowan sleeve. Select sleeves. Set as right deck sleeve, and there we go. Alrighty, deck built, card effects explained, deck sleeves changed. Now it's time to test out the deck, leaving the edit deck menu, returning to main menu, off to fight menu, and to the CPU fight. Selecting the opponent, the deck I just built, the Dragon Empires, Deepening Knight Tamayura D-Booster06 deck. And now it's time to select an opponent. Selecting deck, and I'm gonna test it out on Taiji Arakawa, normal difficulty, and the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight. We're gonna decide who goes first. So, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors the paper, I win going first. Not too bad. Draw my starting hand. I got a Rurimi, a Order card, Forktail, Orlando, and a Persona Ride. Whoa, really good draw. Not gonna redraw anything, leave my hand as is. Stand at the Vanguard. I go first, draw. I ride from the right deck. In the Calm Sunlight, Tamayura. Let's see, according to my right deck, my Grade 1 is the skill to let me search for Rurimi and Rarami, and also my Grade 2 skill lets me return a Rurimi or Rarami from the drop zone to hand, so I'll discard. I'll try to discard Rurumi for the right that costs and return her later. Discard Rurumi and ride Tamayura. Skill of Tamayura. Check the top 7 cards in my deck for Rurumi, Rarumi, or a Fox Art. Okay, I got Fox Art and Rurumi. I'm gonna add Rurumi to my hand. Add to the hand, then that's it from my main. That's it from my turn, ending turn, and now it's my opponent's turn. My opponent rides to the Great One, an afternoon nap regardless of place ever. Discarded a Tech 10 for the skill, and Vanguard skill, adding experiment successful to his hand. Skill of his starter, he draws 1 card, and calling Bubble Mine, and a Adaptant, he's going straight first, so no guard gonna take the first attack. Ow! Damage check. Heal trigger, nice! Cannot heal, but now the remaining attacks will have trouble getting through. The Vanguard goes for the attack. 8k, 18k, 1 trigger to pass, no guard. Drive check. Ah, draw trigger, come on! So lucky! Power to the Vanguard, the attack goes through. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Fork Tail, but now the remaining attack cannot go through. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Draw. I ride from the right deck. Festival of Burning Tamayura. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Orlando. Discard and ride. Tamayura skill. Add Rurumi or Rami from my drop zone back to my hand. From my drop zone, I'm picking up 1 Rurumi. Add to hand. Next, I call the rear guard. Rurumi. Rurumi. Then I call to the rear guard. Stealth Fiend Forktail to the left. Call. Forktail skill. Look at the top 7 cards in my deck for a stealth or glitter. I'm adding 1 Rarami to my soul. There we go. And I think that should do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Going straight to the battle phase. My right side Rurumi attacks the attacking Bubble Mine. 10k to 8k. The attack goes through and pierce. 1 less rear guard to worry about. Now my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. 10k to 8k. The attack goes through. Drive check. Alright, critical trigger. Just what I needed. I give the critical to Vanguard and power to my left side Rurumi. Critical added and power added. 2 damage to my opponent and boom. Damage check first. Ah, critical trigger, so lucky. He gives all effects to his Vanguard. And second check. Ah, double critical, come on, so lucky. Now I can't attack the Vanguard. First a draw trigger and now 2 criticals. How can it be so lucky? Fine, whatever. Boosted by Forktail, my left side Rurumi attacks Adaptant. 28k to 8k. The attack goes through and pierce. 1 less rear guard to worry about. That's the end of my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. My opponent rides to the Great 2, smooth research progress ever. Skill, he adds experiment successful to his hand. Deploying 1 experiment successful to the order zone, using its skill to draw and drop. He drops a Adaptant, he calls Zabukini and Bubble Mine. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, taking the attack. Drive check. Ah, critical, come on! 3 criticals in a row, so lucky! Critical and power divided. Here it comes, 2 damage. Ow! Damage check first. No trigger, come on! Second check. Ah, no trigger, come on! Then here it comes, 28k to the Vanguard. I gotta block it. Guard with 1 Burning Flail and intercept with the right side Rurumi. Guard and intercept. There we go. 30k, 28k, attack blocked. And ka-chink, safe. Rurumi skill after guarding, she goes into the soul. Into the soul. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Burial Dignil, not a bad draw. Now I'm gonna ride from the right deck. Deepening Night Tamayura. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Orlando. Discard and ride Tamayura. I call Burial Dignil to the rear guard. Call! And I think that should do it. On to the battle phase. First up, Burial Dignil attacks the rear guard Sabokini. 13k to 10k. The attack goes through and pierce. One less rear guard to worry about. Burial Dignil skill into the soul. Give 5,000 power to one rear guard. I give it to Rurimi. Next, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Vanguard, Counter Blast 1, Counter Blast 1, and choose one of two effects. I'm choosing choose one card from Soul and call to rear guard. I'm calling to the rear guard one Rarami. Call to the rear guard and skill activated. Soul Blast 2, Soul Blast a Grade 0 Tamayura and Grade 2 Tamayura. Soul Blast and draw one card. I drew a order card. Twin Drive, first check. Alright, heal trigger, just what I needed. Healing 1 point of damage. That was close. Power to the right side Rarami. And the second check, come on, something good. No trigger, perfect guard, but that's an okay-ish card, so boom! Damage check. Ah, heal trigger, come on! He cannot heal, but the power added. How does he keep getting so lucky of all the triggers? Fine, whatever. Right side Rarami attacks the Vanguard. 20k, 20k. The attack goes through and boom! 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger. Tech 10. Safe. Now one more attack. Boosted by Fork Tail. Rurimi attacks the Vanguard. 23k. The attack goes through and pierce. 1 more damage. Damage check. No trigger. Bubble Mine. Safe. And that's the end of my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. My opponent rides to the Grade 3 Fountain of Knowledge Eva. He deploys another experiment successful to his order zone. Skill to draw and drop. He drops a Adaptin. Skill to Vanguard, Counter Blast 1, and add a card and power up. He calls Obscure Lead and 2 Obscure Leads to the rear guard. Alright. The left side Obscure Lead attacks while boosted. 21k. Skill. More power added. Alrighty then. This is a tough choice. I think I'm gonna block the first attack. Guard with Tarama. No, hold on, wait. I guard with Amavira and intercept with Rarami. In my soul, I still have 1 Rurimi. Yep. I guard, intercept, guard, and intercept. 28k, attack blocked. And ka-chink, safe. Rarami skill after guarding, she goes into the soul. Into the soul, and Ball Mine skill, he countercharges 1. Rear guard the Vanguard, skill activated. He adds power again, so I'm gonna activate Fleeting Shine that lights life. Yep, activating this card. Soul Blast 2, I Soul Blast the Grade 1 Tamayura and Burial Dignil. Soul Blast 2, and now reducing the front row's power. 8k, the attack gonna go through. And ka-chink! Safe! Vanguard to Vanguard. 1 trigger to pass. Skill of Eva, he Superior calls another Obscure Lead, but power reduced. 3k only. No guard. Twin Drive, first check. Draw trigger, come on! He keeps getting lucky with the triggers. The attack goes through. Second check. No trigger. Perfect guard, come on. So lucky. Here it comes. 1 damage. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Fork Tail. And that's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Activating Tamayura's skill, plus 5,000 power to the entire front row. Now it's time to Persona Ride, Deepening Night Tamayura. And there we go, Persona Ride. Power up, draw more cards, another Tamayura, sweet. Next, I activate the order card, Broken Toys. Do I have any dolls in my drop zone? Yep, I got 1 Rarami in the drop zone, so I activate Broken Toys.
オーダー発動
Look at the top 7 cards of my deck. Nothing, so I'm just gonna add from my drop zone 1 Rarmy into the soul. And draw a card. Yes, a perfect guard. Now I'm gonna call Burning Flail Dragon to the rear guard. Call. Power up. And that should do it. On to battle phase. First up, my Burning Flail Dragon attacks the Vanguard, 19k. My opponent guards a Maloric Connector, 23k guard. The attack is blocked. Now, Rear Me attacks the Vanguard unboosted, 25k.
にアタックだ
For critical trigger, 28k. Attack blocked. Now, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 28k. Skill activated. Gonna counter blast 1. Counter blast.
スキル発動
And choose one of 2 effects. I choose the second effect. Call 1 Rear Me and 1 Rarmy from the soul to the rear guard. 1 Rear Me and 1 Rarmy. Call. Rear Me and Rarmy. Call.
スペリオルコール
Power up. And then, using the skill of Rear Me, I Soul Blast 2, Tamayura and Rarmy, Soul
発動
Blast,
だ
and move 1 obstacle lead into the soul. He double guards, 43k, 2 to pass,
チェック
first
ザド
check,
ライブトリガー
no trigger, another Tamayura, and second
チェッ
check,
ク
come
ザド
on.
ライブトリガー
Alright, front trigger, just what I needed. Power to the entire front row. The attack fails, but now, here comes an attack from Raramy. No, wait. Boosted by Fork Tail, Raramy attacks the Vanguard, 43k. The perfect guard, I knew that was coming. He discards for the perfect guard, costs a
完全カード
Zavakini. The attack fails, but now one more attack. My Raramy on the right attacks the Vanguard, 35k. He guards with a heal trigger, 28, and guards with obstacle lead, 38k. The attack is blocked, but now my opponent has no rear guards and no cards in their hand. I still have the advantage. That's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn.
窃盗だ
He's another experiment successful. He drew 1 right out of the deck. Skill, he binds my
バインド
back row Fork Tail, not good.
発動
Skill of the Vanguard. Counterblast, draw, and then he powers up.
ヴァンガードにアタッ
Vanguard,
ク
Vanguard. He's not using his skill, so I'm not gonna take a chance, just gonna Perfect Guard. Perfect Guard, Twin Buckler Dragon. Twin Buckler skill, I discard a card from hands. I'm discarding 1 front trigger Parama. Discard and Perfect Guard
完
activate.
全ガードドライブ
Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, Perfect Guard, not good. Second
ドライ
check.
ブチェックオーバートリガー
Over trigger. He draws and powers up, but the attack fails. Trigger wasted. I made the right choice, Perfect Guarding.
プラス
And ka-chink! The attack is blocked. Over trigger out the deck. End of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. It's time to activate Tamayura's skill again. Power to the entire front row. Now I'm gonna Persona Ride. Deepening Knight Tamayura. Here we go. Persona
力
Ride.
を表せペルソナライド
Power up to the front row and draw a card. I got a Fox Art. Then I'm gonna call to the back row, Burning Flail Dragon.
コール
And 1 Parama
コール
and 1 Twin Buckler Dragon.
コール
There we go. Now on to the battle phase. First up, boosted by Burning Flail Dragon, Raramy attacks the Vanguard, 29k. The attack is blocked with a Perfect Guard. He discards for the Perfect Guard cost, a critical trigger. And the attack fails, but no worries. Now activate Burning Flail skill into the soul,
スキル発動だ
giving 2,000 power to the Vanguard.
プラス
Now boosted by Twin Buckler, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 36,000 power. Skill of Tamayura, Counterblast 1, Counter
スキル
Blast,
発動だ
and choose one of 2 effects. I choose to activate the first effect, call 1 card from the soul. I call Deepening Knight Tamayura to the rear guard. Call, power up. The attack goes through. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, Rarmy, not a bad draw. Second
チェック・ザ・
check.
ドライブトリガー
No trigger, another Rarmy, not too bad. So the attack goes through, 1 damage. Boom!
ダメージ
Damage check. No trigger, 6 damage, I win.
俺の勝ちだ
Huh. That was a pretty tough fight, but I managed to make it out. I managed to try out some of the new cards I put in the deck. So I got win, attack 40,000 more power, attack 5 more times in 1 turn. Perfect guarded, opponent double critical, opponent drew an over trigger, did a Persona Ride, 8 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. It got 3150 BP, total 98,775 BP. Pressing A to go next, leaving the fight, returning to the fight menu,
どのファイター
leaving fight menu,
どの
returning to main
デッキ
menu,
を使うどのファイトをする
and
どの
off to the
モード
edit
で
deck
遊ぶ
menu.
どのデ
And
ッ
with
キを
that, the deck's been built, cards explained, and I just finished testing the deck out in front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye and